Okay, I'm back. Um, I'm smiling, but it ain't funny and I'm gonna try not to click my pen too much because I was doing that a lot in the last video. But I'm smiling, but it's really not funny. In my last video, I was talking about being in my luteal phase and just letting myself feel. But that is so hard. That is so hard when those feelings are just. How do you feel, but you also don't want to feel like I'm clouding my brain feels clouded. Like I'm walking around with this just dark cloud over my head. It's how do I feel? Do I feel this or should I ignore this because it's telling me to do some things that I know I shouldn't do, that I know are not in my best interest? It's like your brain trying to sabotage you almost. That's what it feels like for me. But it is me, but it isn't me. Like, I don't know how to process that. And I really don't even deal with anxiety anymore except when I'm about to get my period and I'm worried about everything. Things I do not worry about. Like I was just laying in bed the night before and I just worry about literally everything that I have to do tomorrow. My agenda could be you have to lay in the grass all day and I'm going to be worried about that. How do I lay in the grass? What if the sun is like this? What about this? What about that? Like, so when I'm feeling like this, I almost feel like I can't trust myself. I can't trust my judgment because like I said, it just feels like this dark cloud following me around. And I really do try my best. Like this is how I know things are bad because I always try to keep my space clean because if your space is clean, you have a clear mind. I just don't care. Well, today I got myself together, washed my hair, took a shower, cleaned my room, but that was hard. Like this week has just been hard. And it's okay to admit when things are hard because I'm always like, life is easy. And I think the words you say really do matter, but it was hard and I'm not going to fake like it's just a piece of cake because it's not. And what's really hard about this is life goes on. So to everyone else, it's just a normal Tuesday. Today's Friday, but like to everyone else, it's just like a normal Tuesday. But for me, it's just like you feel like you're just battling so much and you know, well, this is just who I am and I'm going to have to deal with it next month on a random Tuesday too. So how do you come to terms with that? And I don't know how to be okay with that because everything is not always okay. And it's okay to admit that. It's hard. Like this week I had an exam, I had a paper due. And I'm just like, bro, you don't even know. Like, it's literally like the most random. It's just 2 weeks out of the month. And especially that last week, it's just like life goes on. But this is not, I can't perform at my best in this state. I can't. My absolute best is someone who's not thinking such horrible thoughts 24/7. This like constant self-sabotage. It's almost like I'm being pulled down to a version of myself I no longer identify with, but I'm forced to be. Like this feeling of being forced to be a certain way. Literally, that's what it feels like. Because it's like you try your best, but you're just being dragged down. It's literally like the dysphoric feeling. Everything just looks gray. I just feel not present. Every time I'm in my luteal phase, I cannot focus. Like, I'll be sitting in class just staring. Like, I cannot focus. Like, it's just hard to focus on this one subject at hand. Any subject at hand, because my mind is just racing with 1,000 thoughts. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't really want to be here. I don't want to be here. And it's just, what really made it hard this time is all I can think about is, I know I'm gonna have to deal with this for the rest of my life, but you're really just supposed to take things day by day. But what if I'm just years down the line and it's random Tuesday and I'm just like, I'm sick of this. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Even though I know it'll go away, I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to just have this feeling of I give up on a just random day of the week because I know exactly what I'm gonna feel like, and it's not a good feeling. So what if I just decide I don't want to feel this anymore? And yeah, it's who I am, and I know that it'll go away, but I just don't want to feel it anymore. Like, what do you do then? And I'm supposed to get my period today, but I can't get that out of my head. And it's almost like I'm just expressing this as a reminder for every other people to just stay strong too. Because I know that's how a lot of women are. They end up giving up, and they just decide to end things because either one, they're not aware of, maybe you don't track your period or not really aware of how your body reacts in these different phases, or two, you just decide, yeah, I know that this dysphoric feeling, this dark cloud, this heavy weight on my shoulders is gonna come and it's gonna go, but I'm tired of it. Like, at the end of the day, we're human beings, and we all have a breaking point. We all have our limits. We all have these, we just get tired. And like in my last video, it's okay to be tired. It's okay to feel, but what happens when it's just too much? Like, I don't want this to be a forever thing, but it's also just a part of whom I am, and I accept that. But I'm also just gonna try to do literally everything I can to make it as easiest on myself as possible. Like, whatever I can do to make it easier, I need to be doing those things. So like, even when I'm about to start my period, which hopefully, God, if you can hear me today, and I'm a regular girl, so I'm not worried about it. But when you start your period, no matter what phase you're in, how can you take care of yourself in the best way possible in every aspect? The things that you consume, the activities that take up your day. Are you getting enough sun? Do you maybe consume too much of other people's thoughts and opinions, and it can kind of make you lose sight of what's important to you and who you really are? Everything. Like, you need to literally think of how I can step and put my best foot forward in a way of taking care of yourself. Like, I want to take care of myself in the best way possible, and I really do try my best. Like, I don't know if you see my ovulation phase, but I try my best. And if you're trying, then you're doing more than enough. Like, you have to know that you trying is beyond enough. And when you understand that, and through everything you do, as long as you try and you put your best foot forward, you're doing enough. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to be super duper sad. It doesn't mean that those thoughts are going to go away. This feeling is going to go away, but you're trying your best, and that's literally all we can do. Sometimes trying your best is resting and laying in bed and giving yourself that extra 2 hours in bed because you know you need it. And I've struggled with that this week because I'm like, I need rest. But listen to your body. If you need rest, you need rest. Don't be hard on yourself. Be kind to yourself. This world is already just harsh enough. And it's also full of love, but it's harsh. So you need to be kind to yourself and just remember that. But yeah, I just can't stop thinking about how I just hope, you need to do everything you can to not overwhelm yourself. Because if you're overwhelmed, that's going to push you to your breaking point faster. And you already have this just heavy weight on your shoulders. It's just a bird. It's a red cardinal. I was like, what is that noise? But yeah, don't, you need to like literally underwhelm yourself in every way possible, because I'm just thinking about myself and how one random day I could just be overwhelmed and it could just be a breaking point for me, and I don't want that for myself, and I really don't want that for other people. So I just have to trust myself and know that I'm going to do what I can to take care of myself. I'm going to do everything. Repeat after me. I am going to do everything in my power to take care of myself. I'm going to do everything in my power to be kind to myself. I'm going to do everything in my power to be patient with myself. I'm going to do everything in my power not to overwhelm myself when I'm already... I don't want to keep using this word of like having all this weight, but I don't know how else to describe it. It's literally like putting sunglasses on and seeing everything is gray. And just being told, okay, well, you're just going to have to get through this. And you can take the sunglasses off in some days, in a week or two. You can take the sunglasses off and see everything clear again. But you're going to give me some of this dark time. And you have no choice in that. You can't take the sunglasses off until your body literally says it's time for it to stop being dark. So yeah, you really do need to make sure you're not overwhelming yourself. You really, really do. Because that's the only thing I can think of that is even bringing me comfort in this moment, to know that I'm not going to try to harm myself one random day of my life just because of my... I don't like to use the word disorder, but it is a disorder, so it is what it is. So that's the only way I can think of, even just not... The only way I can think of this not harming me in the long run is not overwhelming myself and being kind to myself. So that's literally all. Just do what you can. That's why I said literally just do what you can. If you're trying your best, you're doing more than enough. And allow yourself to feel. But yeah, you need to know that but yeah, what prompted me to make this video is how hard it is for me. So every time I think about how hard it is for me, I think about how hard it is for anyone who's dealing with these things. If it's difficult for me, it's 10 times difficult for a woman who has children, 2 kids. Like, I can't imagine just the weight that some people have to carry on top of things that they had no say in, you know? So that's why I made this video, because I know a lot of women do end things because maybe they weren't aware that they had PMDD, that they were in their luteal phase and they need more patience. Maybe they were and they just decided, I don't care. I'm tired of living this way. But either way, you just have to try your best not to overwhelm yourself, and just know that everything you go through it's not for nothing. And it's not for nothing. And I'm proud of you, and when I'm saying I'm proud of you, it's because I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of you because you haven't given up. And we're not going to give up. So I really, 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 really had to get this video out there so you know that even when you have those thoughts that just want you to give up, want you to they just keep whispering in your ear, you've got to know when to just cover your ears. Like, it's almost me telling myself, this is not me. Like, it's not me saying these things, but it is, but it's not. That's the hardest thing about this, because it's coming from yourself, but you almost, I don't want to say you can't trust yourself, but if my brain keeps telling me to harm myself every time, every month, in a certain time period, I can't trust that. I have to know deep down that I know that that's not true. I shouldn't do that. I deserve better. So, but don't beat yourself up about feeding into these things, because it's very real and it is a part of who you are. So I'm not telling you to ignore who you are, but be an observer. And when you observe, you realize, yeah, it's a part of who I am, but I'm not going to listen to that voice. Okay, the clicking has to stop. I'm not going to listen to that voice. See, I literally just opened up on a page of me talking about course I have to do this day. I have to do this all in this week where I feel like shit. Like, it's just not fair. But what is fairness? And what is life without hardships? And we all have our specific hardships, and this is just one we have in common that we share, which is beautiful in a sense because you're not alone. And your suffering is not unique. And you can take that, and when you think about how your suffering is not unique, that should bring you solace. That should bring you comfort to know that you're not alone. You're never alone, and there's always going to be someone who's going through the same thing as you, or worse. You're never, ever alone. Let that bring you comfort. And I hope this video brings you comfort. You're not alone. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. And I love you.